gentlemen, the skiff is finally done and I could not be more excited. I am just overall extremely happy with how it turned out. It's a long time coming. I've been working on this thing for about 2 years. I bought the wood before Noah was born, and he's 2.5 now. Granted, I didn't get to work on it all that much in the beginning stages, but I went out yesterday and I picked up a little trailer from Academy, one of those little $700 McLean trailers. And I think it's fine, you know, it fits well. It's lightweight, it's easy to move around, and it's gonna serve the purpose just fine. So, and it just looks good sitting on a trailer. But real quick, let me show you some of the things that I've done since the last update video to get y'all up to speed. Alright, so since the last video, I've painted the top side. You can see this is what the deck underneath this mat looks like. It is that aqua mist color that really pops in the daylight. Out here in the sun, you can actually get a good feel of what that color looks like. It was a little bit harder to tell when it was in the garage. So 2 coats of this paint on the top side. Then I went ahead and I mounted some boards on the transom where the motor is going to mount to. I noticed when I mounted that motor in my previous video, it actually chewed up the back of my transom pretty bad, and it chipped a little bit of the paint up here on the top. So I decided I needed some boards up here to protect it long term, and I decided to go with a just real pretty oak board, and I treated it with some linseed oil. But I think it adds kind of a nice accent piece on here with that wood grain. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Then after that, I mounted my grab rail, and you can see here I've just got them all sealed up with this sealant, this marine grade sealant. And I thought about wiping all this off, this excess, but I decided to just leave it there because it doesn't look that bad, and it's gonna keep water from getting in there even better. So you can see it's kind of not the best caulking job in the world, but it's definitely going to serve the purpose. So I went ahead and left that. Future boat builds, I'm going to probably reconsider how I do this, but it's going to work and it doesn't look that bad. And of course I mounted my hatch here. So you can see here, that is on there good. And again, underneath here, I sealed it all up with that marine grade sealant, so it should be pretty watertight. And then the big one, which you have already noticed, is the marine mat. This stuff looks so cool. I am just incredibly pleased with how that looks on there. It was a little bit tough to install because it is 10 individual pieces. It's hard to get everything to line up the way it was intended, but I think I did a decent job. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a few gaps here and there that aren't consistent with other gaps, but I think it looks pretty dang good. I'm very happy. And lastly, I don't think I showed y'all these, but I replaced my bungee cords with just a brown bungee, just to kind of go with the brown theme of the deck and everything else. Thank you all for your continued support throughout this boat build. I have gotten just some of the nicest comments I think I've ever received having to do with this boat. So thank you all for the support, for the encouragement, and for the help. I really appreciate it. And now I've got a question for y'all. So I have had quite a bit of interest in people wanting me to build some more of these boats. And it's something that I've considered doing, maybe spending a couple of months knocking 1 or 2 of these out. So I just want to throw that out there and get a feel for how much interest there is. Is this something that you would be interested in owning if you had the opportunity to do so? If so, do me a favor and leave me a comment, let me know. I just want to put some feelers out there and see how much interest there might be in me building some more of these boats. So the next step is going to be registering this thing and then of course launching it. I want to do a video where I just kind of test the performance. I want to check the speed, see if it can get up on plane with 1 and 2 people. I want to see how shallow it can go, all kinds of performance things like that. So that'll be one of the first videos I do after I launch the boat. And then of course we got to go catch some fish. So this is going to be the new fish catching machine. So I cannot wait for those videos coming up. I think it's going to be a blast. But thank you all again for the continued support. I really appreciate it. If you want to see me catching fish out of this boat, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time.